Hi guys, part 3 of my Fight Caves walkthrough, and as you can see I've currently got the 180 trapped, and if you watch the end of the last video you'll see how easy it was to do. Now if you're ranging, I know this is a melee walkthrough, but if you are ranging and you didn't know, most of the rocks on the outside you can trap monsters against it like that, and that can be good if you're wanting to take either a timeout to get your stats back, if you're trying to get some HP back, and you can always remember you can use the scenery to your advantage, and it is a good way of just pausing if you need that bit of time. So we're about halfway through the 180s now before we get to the 360, and up until there isn't really that much I can say. It's just a case of fighting through these. It might be a bit slow sometimes, especially if you're using the gear I am, and especially if you've done it before using gear that I have. These do seem rather quite slow trips, but that doesn't mean to say I'm not going to do it for you guys. So right, 21, 10 left before this 360. Just gonna heal up a bit more. You should never really let your HP get below 400 if possible, because it's, well, I've had it happen on myself before. Even in Tova and the Divine, I once got out hit by a 180, and I didn't believe it had even happened at the start when it happened, but sometimes you just can't help it. So I would recommend, even if it meant playing a bit safe. Now you can see we've got a 180 and a 90, and I did almost get comboed there, but the tip would be just to stay on the opposite side, get it trapped behind, and with a bit of practice it is quite simple. You can use your Guthans to try and get your HP back up like I did, and there's not that much to it really. It's just a case of either tanking the 180 with prayer or without, or just trapping it against the 90. I do recommend killing the 90s first before the 180s, because not only are they the ones that are going to be giving you the most damage, but they're also the fastest to kill. And if you're using your Guthan Spear, they are weak to crush, so if you want to use that crush setting, then that'll probably be best. Again, remember, those birds are what are going to drain your prayer, so try and get rid of those if you can, and you're not lagging too much like I am. So 5 frames per second, great. Let's hope that improves for Jad. At least it's going up a bit now. So one thing I will just mention now, if you do drop a brew to use your spear, make sure you pick it up after, because plenty of times at the start when I was using a method like this I would always forget, and I must have lost about 1 million brews and potions from just dropping it and forgetting about them. And I've done it with items too. I thought I'll never forget to pick this item back up, and I have. So it's always best just to be sure, because you don't want to, like I said before, be 1 potion away from killing Jad, because that'll just be annoying. Oh, I should have probably repotted quite a while ago. I can never remember to repot after I've used overloads. Hopefully this will speed it up a bit now I'm potted. So same process as before, find the 90, try and get it killed off, then just kill the rest that comes over to you. Try and get a bit of HP back from this as well. A method that you can do with these, which I'll show you later, is getting them to under half HP and then just letting them attack you so they heal themselves, and then if you use your Guthans to attack them, you can effectively get infinite HP back from them, and it's really quite a good method of getting HP back if you're able to pray and then just let them tank on you. And I'll be able to show that better when there's a double 180 spawn in about 3 waves. And as you can see there, the 180 healed the 90, which isn't really a problem, but it's always best if you can get out of its way so it can't attack you and then it can't heal anything else. And another thing you can always try and do, if you're gonna want to try and prayer flash in the future on the 360s, you can always try it on the 180s first. That way if you miss, it isn't the end of the world. You might save yourself a few prayer, but I've kind of got a habit of doing it now. But that doesn't mean to say I'm perfect. And in one of the tests I did earlier, I even missed it and I almost died, so that wasn't too great on my half. This time you could see we got the 180 trapped behind the 90, that way it couldn't attack us or it couldn't heal anything else. And it's just little things like that which can make it go more faster, more efficient, less damage to you and less damage you have to do to other monsters. Now it's up to you whether you use some prayer boosts. I'm going to use Piety when the 360s arrive. Again, it doesn't really matter if you use it or not. It will be faster, but I will use more prayer. If you want, you can always use the lower level ones just to boost your attack, make it more accurate. It's not going to make too much of a difference to the end result, it's just going to change how fast it takes really. And if you do use Piety, always just use common sense, and if you think you're running low on prayer, just turn it off, because in the first test I did, I wasn't sure at all of how many potions I'd need. It's a setup I've never really used before, and I did finish the caves on 17 prayer and no potions left, so that was kinda lucky. And I did have to do Jad without Piety, and I'd been killing their level 22s with it earlier, so that was a bit of a fail. So 245s this wave. Looks like we're going to get a double 90 and 180 next. So I'm just going to get these two killed, hide behind a rock, and then I think I'll leave this part here. So thanks again for watching, and good luck.